So you see, to make a great painting and to be a great painter, you need to think like paint, to be in the right mindset, and to have the right tools. I will show you. Using the right brush will help make your painting exquisite. Sugoi.
Sensei, look at my picture. I did how you told me.
Just forget it. Welcome to Kanagawa.
I should really stop with those bad accents.
Anyways, Kanagawa is a set collection game that has been published by Iello Games and designed by Bruno Catala, who made a lot of really good games in the meantime. I mean, he's pretty well known in the board game community. The game can be played in about an hour, to be honest, with 2 to 4 players. So in Kanagawa, you will be building a painting. Yeah. Building a painting by basically taking some of those pretty cards with different painting location and things on them, putting them on your tableau here on your actual painting in front of you until someone has reached 13 pictures within their big painting. At that moment, the game is done and the winner will be declared depending on how many points he or she received. It's kind of straightforward. So you just take cards from a certain set, as much as you want, try to gain points, and that's it. Video's done. At the beginning of your game, you will shuffle those 4 piles of cards that contain the pictures. We will not do that right now because it will be easier to explain the different symbols and everything if they are not yet ordered, in order to make one big pile of cards. Those are then put onto the spaces depending on how many players are currently playing the game. So for instance, if we are playing with 3 players, we will fill up until there. If we are playing with 2 players, it's just until there. You will turn over every card that is not on a darkened spot. So in this case, you will have 2 unknown cards. The different symbols will be explained after we take a look at your actual painting. The painting itself consists of 2 different parts. The top part, which is the painting itself, and the bottom part, which is your workshop. So in essence, everything that you can do is explained on this bottom half. The different symbols, we can get to those actually right now. The painting, this part, the season, the cost, that small dot here in this case, and sometimes with more than ones, and an element within the picture. That can be an animal, that can be a tree, that can be a building, a human. On the left side of the card, you also have the workshop part. Because when you take a card, you can choose to either use it for its picture side and slide it under the picture part, or you can decide to turn it over and use it as an extension of your workshop. So those are pots. Those pots allow you to take a color. So let's take another example here. This painting would require a blue color in order for it to be put as an actual painting. Because if you want to use any card that you take as a painting, you still have to pay for it with its appropriate color. As there is no blue color yet available, this one can't be used as a painting. So it has to be used as an extension to the workshop. In essence, the pots act therefore as one of your resources. You will take a pot and you will put it on one of the spaces as you see necessary. Let's take another example. You will then have to take one of your pots and put it onto an appropriate color. In this case, the sun, the yellow one. That will pay for this picture part. This means that at the beginning of your game, you have 2 pots in total that you can use. Those pots cannot change position unless you have one of those symbols available. That's the change, the movement symbol. So if, for instance, I had those 2 here, because I have one symbol, I can move one of those somewhere else and therefore pay. As long as the appropriate colors are covered by one of the pots, it counts as being used. So even if you leave it here, any later painting that you have with one of those symbols, with the yellow symbol, will be paid for as long as the pot is on that space. This one simply means you can use any color you wish with that specific pot. It still just counts as one color, but whichever one you want. It's wild. These symbols mean that you will lose those victory points at the end of the game, because those symbols, as noted here, are victory points. This symbol allows you to keep one of the cards that you don't want to add to your workshop but can't pay right now into your hand. So you will just set it aside for later until you can put it into your tableau or still wish to add it to your workshop depending on what you wish to do with it. The master token symbol will allow you to be first player on the next round. Only the cards allowing you to take first player will allow you to do so. So by taking this one, what you will do is to take the apprentice token in order to show that for the time being you will be the next first player, and the next round you will then exchange it with the actual first player token. If someone else would take one card that also has this symbol, they will then take your apprentice away, because they will then become the first player next turn if they took this card after you. So now we can explain finally how an actual turn works. At the beginning of each round, the first player will take from the big pile of cards that we have created before, will take one card per space. So of course those would be randomized, but let's just say, and put them face up as shown here. Then, in player order, everyone gets to decide whether or not they want to take a complete row of cards. At the beginning of each round, the first player, denoted by this master painter token, will take as many cards as there are players in the game and put them into the first row face up. Let's just say those were shuffled, and we would then just put them like this. Then, in player order, so from the first player, then his next player to the left, and so on, we'll decide whether or not they will take a complete row of cards. For the sake of explanation and to make it a bit clearer, we will just skip this phase right now and just say that everyone didn't take any cards. The next set of cards would be revealed with the filled out spaces being left face down. Now, again, first player decides, should I take cards or not? Let's say, me as the first player, I would say, okay, I will now take these cards. My round is done. I cannot take a third one later. I will just add my cards to my tableau or to the workshop, depending on my decisions. But that's it for me. Now, the next round begins, where the last row would be filled in, and now every player has to take one row. So now player 2 would just say, I will take the second row. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a set collection game. The different cards have a specific symbol shown at the back of the card. This means that on these yellow cards, only buildings can be shown within the picture. Sometimes also not. It's just probability that dictates whether or not there will be those buildings on the card. This is important to remember because, as explained before, some cards will be shown face down. Specifically, these are very important to gain additional bonus points with these set collection tiles. Once you have reached the different prerequisites of those tiles, you may take one. Let's just take the example of here, the buildings still. As you can see here, if you want to gain 3 additional bonus victory points, you will have to have in your tableau 2 different buildings. However, you can also at this point in time, if you have 2 different buildings, just decide not to take this one in order to wait for a better one. Because once you have taken one of a specific color, you may not take any other of this color. Once you've decided, you're done. So if you have now 3 different buildings in your painting and you decide to take this one, that means you will never be able to take the 7 points one. Brief explanation on the other ones. Here you have to have these specific type of animals together. Here you have to have 2 or 3 different types of people, or 3 of the same people in order to gain the most victory points. Here you will have to have 3, 4 or 5 trees in total in your painting. These also come with added bonuses. For instance, here you have 1 more pot. Here you will receive immediately the first player token, and these are wild seasons. These set collection tokens only refer to the paintings of your tableau. These on the bottom here represent what you have in your workshop. The blue ones refer to the types of colors that you have in your workshop. Basically, if you have 2, 3 or 4 of the same color, you may take the appropriate set collection token. Here, if you have 2 or 3 move symbols in your workshop, you may take the appropriate token. And here, if you have 3 or 4 pots in your workshop, you may take the appropriate token. As soon as any player reaches a total of 11 cards in their painting, so not in the workshop, the game ends. The other players may still continue their turn, and then the points are counted. First, we count how many cards we have in our picture. That is 1 point per card in the painting. Then it is 1 point per painting that has successively the same season. This is why those are really powerful, because in this case, I would have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, I can put it here and have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. Because those are wild, they can be counted as any season. Then we count the different victory points that are shown on the actual tableau. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus the 2 that we have here. And then on the set collection tiles themselves, those are counted as well. Finally, the one player who has the Master Painter token gains also 2 victory points. So we're going to play 1 round of Kanagawa, and to do so you will then begin with your first... Yeah, like that, so we can then begin. So, put the cards down.
I'll pass.
Me too.
I'll take those 2.
Okay, then I will pass.
Okay, so you can have 3 cards.
So, and I will take all of those. Now we are going to decide which cards to use where. I will begin by paying actually for that one here. So I have...
Okay, see. I love
those
nothing.
2, yeah. I can do that. And that, and I get the 3rd pot already. Ta-da.
I will just do that.
Okay, next round.
Next round. Me again. Okay.
But you don't need to put them now. It's better to not put them, because otherwise...
Otherwise I will have to change it.
Exactly.
I pass.
I'll take that one already.
Okay.
And you have to take that row.
Okay. Then I will just put that here. With that one like that.
Okay.
And put that there. Or not, I will just put that there too. Ooh, so pretty. Okay. And then I can do nothing with that one, so I will put it. I'm done.
So you have already 3.
Yeah. 2. 3 of those, you mean?
3. Yeah, you have
Yeah, what could I
3 of
do?
the
I
same.
couldn't buy
No,
that
no,
one.
it's good. It's just, you know that you could then take that one to have a
new
pot more.
Yeah, that's a cool idea, but probably will wait.
Next.
What next? I'm 11 cards.
You have 11 cards.
Of course.
Oh,
2, 4, 6,
Oh, come on.
8, 10, 11.
Okay. So I was first player for 1 round.
Yeah.
Or
So-
2. Okay.
So
When are we
that
gonna
I can change
count?
the,
Yes, you just put it wherever you want.
but with what I want. So that,
Yes, it's wild. You can change it to whatever you wish.
yeah, because I want to do it like that.
Since when does it rain up?
Come on, stop making fun. You're just jealous because I'm winning.
Yeah, I am. Because you always win.
Well, wait,
Okay.
wait. I confused something. I thought that those 2 were the same.
Ah, those are not the same.
Yeah, but still I have 2, so.
Yeah, so you can put them
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I do, no, 4, 5, and 6. I don't have nothing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well. So we will now count the points. So how many tiles do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So I have
9.
11 plus that one, plus
So
that
12.
one, 12.
12 in total. Okay.
Okay, should I?
Yeah. Just count yours first.
Okay,
Let's count yours first. So 12 points.
12 points.
Plus
6.
1, 2, 3. 3 plus 3.
Those are victory points,
Yes.
okay, plus 3.
Plus, what's your longest
6.
streak? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So plus 6. Plus those.
Okay, 8, 15, 19, 23.
23.
I have
So
44.
you have 44 points.
Okay.
Now me. I have in total 9
Okay,
plus 6
and plus 5.
plus 1.
Plus 1.
Because I have 1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, but those
Okay,
are
the-
minus, so 1. Plus 5. Plus 2 because I have the first player token right now.
23 with 54.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I
You
can. Yeah, so that's it.
Good for me.
Boo.
Boo.
Don't like it. Don't like the game. Now, Kanagawa might not seem like a very complicated game at first, and it is also not that complex in general, but you can see that this is still a puzzle of taking the right decision at the right moment and really thinking a lot in advance of what you wish to do and reacting tactically on what is currently even available on the board itself. It might not be the most intricate or most impressive design in general, but there is a game here still. Especially with the right people, you will still have a great time just simply thinking of the different possibilities that are open to you right now and take the right decisions, to take the right cards, and maybe gambling a bit, not knowing exactly which card you will receive with those face down ones, and also when to take the cards. Because in the beginning of every turn, everyone is a bit tense because they don't know, okay, I really want that card, but I would be very far behind if I just take one. So let's just wait and see if anyone else will take it. And that's why being first player is really, really powerful in this game, because you have you have dibs on everything. So you can really just put the cards out and say, oh yeah, that one, I want that one, I will take that one. In general, might not be the best game ever, but it's still a lot of fun and it's really a great game. So we hope you enjoyed our video, and if you liked it, please leave a like and comment it maybe, and subscribe to our channel. I mean, it doesn't hurt anyone, and we are always happy seeing any kind of reaction to our videos. And oh yeah, we have a new camera, so we have now a little bit of more leeway on how bad the production value of our videos will be, hopefully. In any case, just on top here somewhere there will be a subscribe button, and also a few other videos that you can check if you kind of enjoyed this rambling on a board game. Thanks.